Welcome once again to Make Money with Ashiwaju channel, the channel that promises to show you the pathway to make money and make plenty of it. In my last video, I did tell you that in the 1990s, it was possible for you to start a business with just 6,000 naira. Some people have called me to express doubt. Today, I am here to prove it. And I want to equally tell you that today it is still possible for you to establish a business without large capital. It is not the capital that makes the profit. It is the technology, the idea that you put forward, the product you give people to buy that may not cost too much. Now, in 1990s, making pure water up to the year 2000 is simple. You need less than 6,000 naira, and I want to prove it to you. The most important equipment you need in 1990 to early 2000 is this, the sealing machine. And then, of course, you need your tank. The tank is where what you use into it, like this. That's it. And then you bring it to the machine. And then you seal. That's the product. This is the pure water. As simple as that. So what equipment do you need to do that? The sealing machine, the tank, and your working table. It could be just a warm-up factory, or you and your wife, there you are, you are producing pure water, and you arrive at this. You see, that's your product. And it is so profitable, it costs less than 20 to 30,000 naira per bag, and then you sell for 60 naira. You can imagine the profit there. The profit is well over 100%. So in those days, it is as simple as that. And I want to tell you that there are still businesses you could start with low capital, not 6,000 naira, but with low capital, still in Nigeria. Now, this business graduated to now what people use sealing, automatic sealers to produce. Now, those ones that could afford it, and it was quite affordable, because from that, using the sealing machine, the profit was so big that you could afford buying a sealing machine. Then that sealing machine could help you produce in thousands. The challenges in those days was not the market, it was production, because before you finish your production, retailers are ready at your gates, fighting to buy, and they pay in advance if you wish to collect. So when production became large, people started making millions out of pure water. And you know what smart Nigerians do? Instead of going abroad, instead of going to Europe and America, they started going to other West African countries. They went to Ghana, to Niger Republic, to Togo, to Benin, to Mali, to introduce pure water. And the market was just there. And for so many years, it was not possible for demand, for production to cope with demand. A lot of families, it catapulted them to millionaires. I don't condemn Nigerians that travel abroad, because some are doing quite well. But those that say, oh, I'm tired of Nigeria, I'm checking out, like the adverts of Adros in those days, I tell you without any fear of equivocation that they left behind in Nigeria what they are still searching for in Europe and America today. Do you have any other questions for me?
That's interesting, sir.
Yes, quite.
What of NAFDAC number?
Oh no, in those days, the industry was completely unregulated. So anybody could enter the business. All you need is to have in fact, less than 6,000 naira, understand the technology, and then you are in the business. You don't have to treat the water, because the water comes from tap. And it is believed that water from tap that comes from government water works is already treated. So what you are packing for people is the water they normally drink in their homes. So until NAFDAC came in and introduced regulation, even in the year 2000 when they introduced that regulation and banned the use of sealing machine. They did not quite ban it, but they introduced that, okay, rather than you can see that the factory we are using here now is a one-room factory. Can you see it? So simple. That's what you need to start pure water and do this. When that came into the regulation, all they did was you must have 3 rooms. One for production, the other for storage for raw material, and the other for full goods packaging. You don't require a production manager. You are yourself the production manager of yourself until NAFDAC came to properly regulate it and put it in NAFDAC controlled products. So that's how cheap it was in those days. So how could you, a young graduate, leave Nigeria in 1990 to say you are going to Europe and America, while you can go to Niger Republic and go to Togo and so on to establish and introduce pure water businesses? That was what smart Nigerians do. And I want to tell you that till today, there are still businesses that you could do with very little capital. This I'm going to reveal to you as you click into my channel and you follow me. In my next channel, anyway, I'm going to talk that is business meant for you. How many of you do you have the qualities to do business? But one thing I want you to realize, that if you want to make money and make plenty of it, you don't have to stay on salaries. Salaries can only put food on your table. It cannot make you a millionaire. And I do not encourage anybody to steal from his employers. So it is simple to set up your own business. This I'm going to show you in my next video. And if you have the quality to do that, you can determine that for yourself.